A new report finds that rising poverty and hunger is becoming normalized in Canada, and a surprising number of people with jobs rely on the food banks. LCB24's Arda Zakarian joins us more with that report. Arda.
So, Jamie, let's get to the Food Bank's Canada report. That is called the 2025 Hunger Count. It found that 2.2 Canadians use the 5,500 food banks and community organizations that are across Canada every single month. And then also today, there's another report that's out. This one is a joint report by the Daily Bread Food Bank and the North York Harvest Food Bank. This one is called the Who's Hungry 2025 report, and it found that right here in our city, in Toronto, 1 in 10 people rely on food banks. Let's bring in the Daily Bread Food Bank CEO, Neil Hetherington. Neil, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us more about your report. What were your findings?
Good morning, Arda. It's a really difficult report. 4.1 million visits to the Daily Bread Food Bank and food banks all across the city in 1 year alone. And just putting that in context, it took 38 years for us to get to 1 million and only 5 years to get to 4 million visits. So we know that there is an extraordinary challenge, and that challenge is felt right across the country. But here in the city of Toronto, sadly, we are the poverty capital of the country, and these numbers reflect that.
1 in 10 people rely on food banks. That means you're walking on the street, you're running into hundreds of people that are in need of these food banks. Does this surprise you?
Well, we see the faces every day, so no, I'm not surprised by that. The number of individuals coming to food banks growing at the fastest pace are individuals between 18 and 44. But here's some good news, Arda. Those who are 65 plus, we're seeing stability there. About 10% of food bank clients are over 65. And so you ask the question, well, why is that happening? And the answer is we have supports for people who are 65 plus. We have CPP, we have the Guaranteed Income Supplement for seniors. And so we need to look at individuals who are in that working age and saying, what's wrong with the fact that 60% have a post-secondary education, 50% are working full time, and yet they still have to rely on food charity. There's something fundamentally broken.
And 1 in 4 of these people that rely on food banks are children. This is an emergency. There is a great need in this city. What can people do right now?
Yeah, it always breaks my heart when I see the children just behind me. We have a play station for children who are, while their parents are shopping. There's an area where they can read and they can enjoy their time at the food bank. And it's disheartening, obviously, to see them day in and day out. Here's what the city can do. The city can advocate, and every single member can do this. They can donate, they can volunteer, but they can advocate for a difference. They can call any elected official. It doesn't matter if it's at the city, provincial, or federal level, and say, today's the day to build a better Canada. And we do that by making sure that there's decent, affordable housing, by making sure that people on disability are not legislated to live in deep poverty. And thirdly, by looking at precarious employment. It's happening far too frequently. So people who are cobbling together 2 or 3 jobs need to still come to the Daily Bread Food Bank.
Are you able to keep up with this need?
Well, there's the Daily Bread does appreciate the community rallying together. There's an extraordinary group of volunteers and staff who have been able to rise to the occasion, but we ought not to have to do that. It's been very, very difficult to grow at the rate that we've had to grow. We used to have to raise about $8 million a year to feed the city, and now we have to raise about $40 million a year to offer the same level of service. But we've made a promise to the city of Toronto that the Daily Bread Food Bank will always be there for the individuals that need it. And that means 2 things. We're going to feed the need now, and we're going to advocate for a better Canada.
Thank you so much for this, Neil. We appreciate your time. Neil Hetherington is the CEO of the Daily Bread Food Bank. And Jamie, I'll leave you off with another statistics. 53% of those people that use the food bank missed a meal. Thank you so much, Neil. Missed a meal. So 53% missed a meal to pay for something else. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Arda.